All right, so next one coming up here is Creation and Beyond. I want to thank Makuzia. Thank you so much for the coffee dono. And so let me go ahead and handle that. And let's see what we got here. Let's do this. Yeah, double A. The forum's cranking. Is Stellaris a game or is it an anime? I like the older, warm analog style of the pad. Oh, geez. Nice between the viola and the flute right there. Love that dynamic pullback in power. They lurched it up at us, now brought it nice and tight. Oh, God, I love this style of composition. Okay, I want to stop this here because I don't know. I trust my ears more than anything else in the world as far as my senses, and now I'm seeing a pattern here, and I don't know if I'm hitting it or if I'm missing it. When this first started, I knew I said that these has this analog synth pad vibe that I really loved it. And then, it was during a lot of this kind of, this imaging, this graphic imaging that we're watching right now, part of the video was happening. And then there was a slight breath in the dynamics, and then it grew into the orchestra. So obviously this composer is using both synth EDM style composition sequences, ambient pads and stuff, and orchestra. But it seems to marry itself to what it is that I'm seeing here as a complete piece. If anything that's got more of the graphic imagery has a little bit more of the sound, the arpeggiations that we're hearing right now with some of the more breathing, thicker pads. Obviously, when we saw the orchestra play, it was the orchestra. And I tell you what I love about the orchestra, what I love there, is there's that energy and that vibe where you don't have to wear a tuxedo and you're not performing in somebody. You can go in and dress nice and comfortable and really get into the parts. And if you can look at some of the musicians as they're playing these pieces or their sections, I just love when musicians are getting into what they're playing, and it doesn't have to be gnarly, bombastic, riffing, tearing bits and pieces. Because, we watch them all get into that too. When they're tearing away and they're playing or whatever instrument they're playing and they're getting into it and they're just like the conductor is, but when they're playing these beautiful passages and stuff like that, to watch them kind of slowly roll their eyes back and stuff is so cool. So now we're integrating that. It's so cool. So we have that arpeggiation, that muted arpeggiation still going, and now they're sitting on top of it. Listen to what the flutes are doing. About that zip line. But yes, very Jerry Goldsmith. There's a weird arpeggiation happening at the bottom. It's giving a percussive pop to it. I love that layback there. It brings us back into that little arpeggiation. That's the arpeggiation I was telling you I was hearing. That sizzle poppiness on top. Man, I loved this piece. This was great. I absolutely loved this piece. And there was, like I said, those blending dynamics of the hybrid part of the composition, which makes it really intriguing for me because I'm really kind of into that right now. I've been working on a project lately. Some of you guys, I played some over here on the motivational music I'm writing for these publishers, and there is some of that blend, not as big and grandioso as this, but being able to use, I use arpeggiated strings over and another strings and some horn section stuff over some pretty bold synth arpeggiations. And when I was just saying, hey, right there, I hear it at the bottom, something's going off at the bottom, was the fact that I can hear the tone of that arpeggiation way down at the bottom, but what I was really picking out was up there at about 12K, which was the percussive element of that arpeggiation. I'll play it again right here at the very end. Let's just see if if it'll play out right here. Maybe this is it right here. You hear it? You hear how this percussively is popping at the top? You know, and that kind of adds a unique sense in percussion into that. So this was great. This is just another super great track to listen to. A couple long songs already, but so well worth it. And let me share this. I'm going to do this now as a habit. I'm going to try to do this as much as I can, that every time I listen to one, I'm going to drop the URL into the chat here, so that, you know, I can also help the hype, you know, or if anybody wants to, instead of having to search it out, you can always kind of put it to the side there. So